the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, an agency lauded for recovering over $21 billion for defrauded Americans since its 2008 inception, is currently embroiled in a crisis of unprecedented proportions. Internal accounts paint a grim picture of chaos and pervasive fear as lawsuits pile up and essential functions grind to a halt. The agency, a beacon of consumer protection in the wake of the financial crisis, now faces the very real threat of dismantlement, becoming yet another victim of the Trump administration's alleged campaign to hollow out regulatory bodies. This looming disintegration leaves consumers vulnerable, potentially forcing them to navigate the treacherous landscape of predatory financial practices entirely on their own. Further widespread layoffs are anticipated, adding to the already palpable sense of unease. This climate of fear, already pervasive within the agency, has been significantly exacerbated by the involvement of Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency team. Granted access to the CFPB's headquarters and computer systems, their visit culminated in Musk's ominous social media post on X, CFPB RIP, accompanied by a tombstone emoji. This brazen display of disregard for the agency's crucial role underscores the deep-seated hostility towards consumer protection emanating from the highest levels of power. Trump himself has been unequivocal about his intentions to severely curtail the CFPB's authority. When directly questioned about the possibility of completely eliminating the agency, he responded affirmatively, citing a desire to eradicate waste, fraud, and abuse. His declaration underscores the administration's unwavering commitment to dismantling this vital consumer protection agency, regardless of the potential consequences for millions of Americans. The nomination of Mark McKernan, who abruptly resigned from his position at the FDIC just prior to his nomination, further amplifies the administration's aggressive approach. This move signals a potential shift from an agency focused on banking stability to one tasked with consumer protection, a transition fraught with potential conflict of interest and a clear indication of the administration's intent. McKernan's farewell message on X, expressing hope for the FDIC's success, while simultaneously advocating for a reversal of recent regulatory measures, reveals a profound skepticism towards robust consumer safeguards. These actions stand in stark contrast to overwhelming public support for strong financial regulations. A September poll by Americans for Financial Reform revealed that a staggering 91% of voters believe in the importance of regulating financial services to ensure fair treatment of consumers. This bipartisan consensus, with support exceeding 87% among Republicans, 95% among Democrats, and 88% among independents, underscores the profound disconnect between the administration's agenda and the will of the American people. The potential dismantling of the CFPB represents not just a blow to consumer protection, but a direct affront to the democratic process itself, ignoring the clear and consistent demands of the elect. The long-term consequences of this aggressive dismantling remain to be seen, but the immediate impact is one of widespread uncertainty and fear within the agency, and a growing sense of vulnerability among the consumers it is meant to protect. The implications extend far beyond the immediate impacts on the CFPB, raising serious questions about the future of other regulatory agencies and the overall commitment of the administration to protecting the interests of ordinary. The administration's actions are particularly concerning given the ongoing economic challenges facing many Americans, many of whom are already struggling to make ends meet. The weakening of consumer protections could exacerbate these difficulties, leaving vulnerable populations even more exposed to predatory lending practices and other financial scams. The potential for widespread financial harm is undeniable, and the lack of public support for these actions only underscores the gravity of the situation. The erosion of trust in government institutions, further fueled by actions such as these, poses a significant threat to the social fabric and overall stability of the nation. The CFPB's fate serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of consumer protections and the potential consequences of prioritizing ideological agendas over the well-being of the American people. The coming months will be critical in determining the future of the CFPB and the broader landscape of consumer protection in the United States. The fight to preserve this crucial agency is far from over, and the voices of those who support strong consumer protection. The ongoing crisis at the CFPB highlights the urgent need for increased public awareness and engagement in the fight for financial justice and accountability. The potential consequences of the agency's dismantling are far-reaching and demand immediate and sustained action from concerned citizens and policymakers alike. The battle to protect consumers from predatory financial practices is a fight worth fighting, and the outcome will have profound implications for the financial well-being of millions of Americans. The agency's struggle underscores a larger trend of attacks on regulatory bodies aimed at protecting the public interest. This undermines the principles of fairness, transparency, and accountability that are fundamental to a well-functioning democracy. The implications extend beyond the financial sector, raising concerns about the broader weakening of regulatory oversight in various areas crucial to public health, safety, and environmental protection. The future of consumer protection, and indeed the future of effective government regulation, hangs in the balance.